I'd like to pose a question, if I may, before I begin. Does anybody think that drugs or alcohol have positively influenced our country? Okay, that's what I thought. Well, does anybody think that they had idolized a musical artist or somebody in the media before? Well, this is a problem we're seeing today. In 2017, around 4% of adolescents had suffered from a substance abuse disorder, according to the American Addiction Centers. You can directly see the correlation between drugs and alcohol being mentioned in the media and what is going on today. And that is why I'm here to propose some solutions in order to lessen the blow of this issue. First, has anybody ever heard of the study between violent and non-violent video games on kids? Well, I'll explain it. So, the kids were either given 20 minutes worth of playing non-violent video games or 20 minutes worth of playing violent video games. After these 20 minutes, they were shown a violent video recording. This video recording had shown that non-violent video game playing kids had a substantial reaction to it compared to the kids who played the violent video games. This is from observational learning. Now, observational learning is just learning from observing others' behaviors. And you can see that directly the correlation between drugs and alcohol being mentioned and violent video games, there's almost no difference. And that is why I propose that we get the parents involved early by giving them lessons and lectures and informational sessions on how to avoid these problems. Since the parents are the main imprint on a child, I believe that rehabilitation centers that deal with specifically younger kids should host these information sessions in order to reduce the effects of what could happen in the future. By starting with the parents, we can slowly begin to scratch away at the problems that we have faced with addiction in our country. Next, let me ask, has anybody had a drug prevention program in their school? Okay, I figured, well, my personal program was the DARE program. So the DARE program, we started in 5th grade, and it wasn't really mentioned again until we turned about 16 when we could get a DUI. And I believe that this could have been done a little bit differently and really tattoo the idea of say no to drugs into our minds. There was a study done in Indonesia where ex-drug users and health professionals had come together and discussed possibilities for how to rework the entire system. Both parties had agreed that they should start the learning younger, and they should also extend its time frame so then they could really get the idea into their heads and make it more of a natural no to drugs. They also both agreed on groups that were formed of parents, teachers, their peers, and also counselors that could support kids whenever they are stuck at a low point using drugs when they're younger. From this, getting it into the kids' minds whenever they're younger can make it easier for them to say no in the future when they're posed a difficult situation. And that is why I believe that getting the schools involved in the situation would make this whole problem disappear. Finally, I'd like to talk to you about celebrities and their impacts on this situation. Has anybody seen recently celebrities who had come out about their previous addictions? Well, one such, there's an article written by Tim Powers from Sober Nation. He had mentioned the story of a famous child star who was on Full House, Jodie Sweetin. She had suffered from alcoholism starting at 14. She had everything at one point and then lost it all, only to come back from it in the near future. In 2008, she had actually come back and began doing seminars and talking in front of people, trying to tell them everything about her addiction story. In an interview, she had said, "It is a story with a message of second chances and turning around and being able to overcome adversity." Having celebrities backing the idea of getting sober really can give a stronger support to kids who look up to them, and it really makes them believe that they can do it as well. I am still frustrated with the media and the problems that they have caused for adolescents at this time. So that is why I offer the solutions of getting schools heavily involved, getting the parents heavily involved, and also asking that celebrities and other people speak out about their addictions. As a mourning mother had once said, loving an addicting child is like grieving his death and fighting for his life at the same time. Let's avoid any other tragedies. Thank you.